Good evening to you. I've come to find a nice quiet place, and this is probably my favourite. The sun comes through the window here, it gets the last light of the evening, and it's a bit like sitting in a greenhouse. I do like it. I've been out cutting the grass today just to keep it short and in trim because we're going to have some nice warm weather later on. And unfortunately I discovered that all that strimming has taken its toll on my little strimmer, and it's given up the ghost. It does work, however it keeps flipping round to rotate it so it does the edges and it won't actually cut a nice even flat surface. So me and Andy have been trying to remedy it, fix it, and we've used a piece of string. So until I find something to replace it, I'm just going to have to make do. But there we go. So what have I got for you this evening? I've got Yated Maqom, which means nail in a firm place. So talking about nails, you might have attempted in the past to hang a picture, particularly heavy one maybe, and you needed to have found the correct hook, the correct nail, and of course it had to go into some a wall or something that was firm, because anything less than that you would end up with a picture that would be either crooked, or it could succumb to gravity and end up smashing on the floor, breaking the picture, and in the worst case scenario could even pull a chunk of plaster out of the wall and you'll end up with a nice mess in the wall, and you're going to have to patch it and repair it. So looking at what Isaiah said here, he prophesied because at the time the people of Israel were hanging their hopes, hanging their dreams and hopes and aspirations on their nationality, being Jews, and their religious heritage, and as human leaders, rather than the person and the promises of God himself. Now there was this man named, what's he called? I'll find his name somewhere. Shebna, that's the one. And he ambitiously elevated himself to be into a position of strong power, and the people viewed him as a nail in a secure place, but they were wrong. And in God's grace and mercy, he raised up another leader called Eliakim to replace him. And the way that he did this, he drove Eliakim into a strong and firm place of power so that everything could hang off him. But Eliakim's position was only temporary. And unfortunately today many people and Bible teachers and scholars see Eliakim as the equivalent to Jesus, as a type of Jesus, and meaning that his life was a foreshadowing of Jesus is to come, and that we can hang our trust and hope in Jesus. Because after all, Jesus fulfilled the ultimate description, didn't it? The one that we can trust and rely on. He is the firm foundation. Forgiveness and salvation, new life and right standing with God, all of these hang with Christ. So how can that be an encouragement to us? Well, we can pin our hopes too on Jesus. There's so many things like financial assets and memberships and career accomplishments and all those sort of things. However, none of them are strong enough to hold us there forever. They're things that will come and go. The only nail that stays and remains firm is Jesus. So, any regrets, any hopes, any failures, any dreams, you can hang it all on Jesus, good or bad, because he will never fail, he'll never let you down. Amen.